Good morning, student friends. Welcome to this lecture number 4 or unit number 1 Introduction to Automobiles. In the previous two lectures, we studied the unit classification of automobiles, major automobile components, and their functions. Now, in this today's lecture, we are going to study the types of vehicle layouts, namely front engine, rear wheel drive, front engine, front wheel drive, rear engine, rear wheel drive, and all wheel drive. Let us see the types of vehicle layout. So, the vehicle based upon the type of drive used are front engine, rear wheel drive, front engine, front wheel drive, rear engine, rear wheel drive, and four wheel drive or all wheel drive. So, on the basis of this automobile vehicle layout, first we'll discuss the front engine rear wheel drive. This type of automobile vehicle layout, how it is advantages and what are the different disadvantages with this front engine rear wheel drive. So, the in this layout, if you see the figure in this layout, a front mounted engine, clutch and gearbox drives the beam type this axle, rear axle, through this propeller shaft with the two universal joints and by using this differential. Getting so in this layout, engine is mounted at the front. So rear wheel drive places the engine in the front of the vehicle, and the drive from the engine is to be given to the rear axle and rear wheels through this unit, that is a clutch, gearbox, propeller shaft and differential. Getting so the front wheel again separately supported to the coil springs. Here front wheels are separately supported to the coil springs, whereas at the rear side generally leaf spring are to be supported the rear axle. Getting so the main advantages of this unit or this front engine rear wheel drive is first, that is a balance weight between front axle and rear axle. Getting there is balance weight as the engine, clutch, gearbox, these components are located at the front and the differential and other components are located at the rear. So balance the weight between front axle and rear axle. Then it provides the large luggage space is provided at the rear side. You see at the rear side large luggage space is available. Getting that is another advantage. Then radiator cooling is possible. I mean, natural cooling is possible as engine is located at the front. So in that way it provides the natural cooling. Getting so as engine is at the front, and so it decrease the power required for cooling. Getting so as there is no need of force cooling or pressure cooling, so by natural cooling only it is possible. Then control over the clutch, gearbox is very simple, easy, also an accelerator as clutch, gearbox are at the front, so easily they are to be controlled, easily accessible the clutch and gearbox along with the accelerator. Again the system, all this unit is easy to construct. Uniform load distribution through the axles, uniform load distribution through the axles. Vehicle controlling is easy. Getting so engine, clutch, gearbox, propeller shaft, rear axle, differential and the wheels. Again with these advantages, again there are some disadvantages are there. Require long propeller shaft with the universal joint. Then because of the universal joint, also because of this propeller shaft, floor level increase, ground clearance is going to be increased to accommodate this propeller shaft. Higher noise transmitted from front engine to the driver cabin and for the passengers, so that may be irritate for the passenger and the driver, so it is not comfortable for passenger as well as for the driver. It again requires some isolation for this noise. Then it requires the larger brake pads. getting larger brake pads at the front wheels to the driver cabin, getting getting it requires larger brake pads at the front wheels because of the higher weight transfer being transferred from on the front wheels while deceleration. When driver is going to operate the brakes, the load is to be transmitted from the rear to the front. That is dynamic weight transfer is there. So in that case, larger brake pads are to be needed. We are mentioning for the what are drive for the this system. So this layout is one of the oldest layout which remains unchanged for many years. Till you can observe in so many vehicles, this type of this layout is to be used. So important and advantages and disadvantages are here mentioned. That is even weight distribution. Uniform weight distribution is there. Easy front wheel steering movement. Engine occupies the reduced width between the wheel arches. Large luggage space at the rear side. Maintenance and accessibility of the engine gearbox is easy. Control over the accelerator, clutch, choke simple. Radiator cooling is possible. Natural cooling is possible. Better braking efficiency. The more weight, even weight distribution helps prevent lockup from the wheels becoming unloaded. Disadvantages: reduces back seats leg room space. The tunnel is needed for the propeller shaft. Reduces boot space. Heavier or more expensive. If stuck in the mud or snow, it is harder to drive away than in front wheel drive vehicle. If it is to be stuck in a pothole or in the mud, so it is very difficult to overcome from this that pothole or from that mud. So these are the advantage and disadvantages of this front engine rear wheel. Then next, the rear engine rear wheel drive. So in this layout, in a rear engine rear wheel drive layout, a rear mounted engine. Engine is mounted at the rear. In this layout, a rear mounted engine, clutch, gearbox unit drives the beam type rear axle supported on the lip springs. It is supported on the lip springs. So in this case, necessity of propeller shaft is completely eliminated. There is no need of propeller shaft. The clutch, gearbox and the engine along with the final drive. Clutch, engine along with the final drive. It form the single unit. So this layout consists of placing of the engine, clutch, gearbox in the back. That's why it is called rear engine. And the drive is also given to the rear wheel. So taking the space of the boot in this type of layout, more than 50% of weight is on the rear axle. The necessity of propeller shaft is completely eliminated. The clutch, gearbox and the engine and final drive form a single unit. Advantages: excellent traction is available while climbing hills. Traction means that is the contact between the wheels and the road surface. So external traction, external contact is available while climbing hills. Then a larger passenger space is available as the all units are at the rear side. Larger passenger space is available for the given length of the body. Very compact and accessible power and transmission assembly is provided, as this clutch, engine, gearbox, final drive is it form a single unit. So very compact unit is there. Lot of weight at the back improves the acceleration and braking. Rear wheels and disc brakes can be designed to take the bigger amount of braking due to weight distribution to the rear end. Passengers are comfortable from the engine noise, heat and fumes, as the engine is at the back side, so there is no any that noise for the driver as well as in the passenger cabin. Then front of the vehicle provides good visibility, and by designing the body to aerodynamic shape gives good streamlining, as all the units are at the rear side. So there is the designer is having the so many scope for the designing the front, the shape of the vehicle, aerodynamic shape of the vehicle for good streamlining. So again, it having the disadvantage at high speed. Relatively high proportions of weight and the rear axle will make the car unstable at speed. There is a strong tendency to the vehicle to oversteer. Means vehicle driver intention to steer the vehicle with the some angle, but vehicle is going to steer more angle. Okay, that is called oversteer. Okay, so by using such oversteer, which occurs when car steers by more than amount of that uh, by using by the driver. Getting more steer will be available in that case. So we have to avoid that oversteer. That is dangerous. Then the space at the front has to be reduced to allow for the steering lock of the front wheel. Space utilized for the engine compartment is wasted. Difficult with the arrangement of the engine cooling system, as engine is at the rear side, natural cooling is not possible, radiator cooling is not possible. So again, that is a again it will become costly. Power required increases compared to engine, clutch, gearbox makes servicing more difficult. It is not easily accessible to use the clutch, accelerator, gearbox units. So the wheels gets turned too sharply due to tendency of the vehicle to oversteer. The necessities of turning of the steering wheel in the opposite direction to make the correction by the driver. Getting these are the disadvantages of this rear engine rear wheel drive vehicle layout. Getting less stability, that is the main disadvantages. Next, that is a front engine front wheel drive. So most of modern cars having this arrangement. You see the cars around us, various cars in our India also, the most of modern cars having this arrangement, the front engine front wheel drive. So in this case, the engine power is transmitted to the front wheels. Getting engine power is to be transmitted to the front wheels through the clutch, gearbox, differential, and the short axle shafts. Getting so here it is shown the engine, then axle, final drive, the short axles, universal joints, front wheel. So in this case there is no need of propeller shafts. So this type of arrangement provides optimum passenger space and flat floor because there is need of the propeller shaft is eliminated. That's why it provides a flat floor surface. So which resulting in transverse underfloor longitudinal engine position. The propeller shaft length is reduced or neglects the propeller shaft. So it provides the good grip as propeller shaft is eliminated. That is one advantage. Good grip with the road surface due to engine weight at the front. Skidding or slipping of the vehicle is reduced. Natural air cooling is possible as engine is mounted or located at the front due to motion of the vehicle. Tractive effort, which is most needed on steep gradients or during acceleration, is reduced. Getting disadvantages: difficult to manufacture and maintain the system is compact. That is a difficult. Again, when the vehicle is to be steered in to the curve, it provides the understeer characteristic. Understeer characteristic, it is equally opposite to the oversteer. In oversteer, our intention is to drive the vehicle with a less angle, but vehicle turns with the more angle. In understeer, our intention is to steer the vehicle with more angle, but vehicle is going to steer with the less angle. So understeer, which occurs when car steers less than amount that is commanded by the driver. Okay. So this is about the front engine front wheel drive. So most of modern cars in our India is employed with this type of that arrangement. Okay. So we are studied today, that is the front engine rear wheel drive, rear engine rear wheel drive, front engine front wheel drive. In the examination point of view, they are going to ask any type of this vehicle layout. So simply you have to draw the figures and you have to mention the advantages and disadvantages along with the that construction of this layout.